to talk about homemade toys and games. Some benefits include bonding experiences, a sense of accomplishment when you and your child or toddler create something together, and reusing or recycling what you have at home.
Many toys can be made from simple household items, like old socks can be stuffed and sewn to make dolls. Plastic food containers can make a set of nesting toys or used in pretend play. Pots and pans can be used as drums, and pieces of wood can be sanded and used as stackable blocks. We're going to show you a few examples of some homemade toys today. Let's start with a homemade book. Children enjoy looking at books with real pictures, especially ones they recognize like family photos. You can make your own child's book, like this example where I laminated the pages to make an alphabetical picture book. So this is Z is for Zachary, and I went through, and here's his sister, baseball bat. I went through the whole way, cotton candy, all the way through Z. Or by using an old board book, like this one, and covering the pages with paper. This I made for my daughter when she was young, and it was all about her favorite things. Here's another example. This is just a mini photo album. And you can put in pictures of things that you've done, like our family went to the beach, and use pictures of the beach.
That's so cute.
It's a great way to encourage pointing and talking about what's on each page.
All right, you can also make a puppet theater by turning a small table on its side so your child can enjoy imaginative play. By making puppets out of paper bags, socks, or using stuffed animals allows your child to be creative. So we just have this table here. We have piston puppets, but you can also just use some stuffed animals too. And we'll play together and happy friends. So cardboard boxes can be turned into anything you and your child can imagine. Here's some examples here, and we'll give you a close-up a little bit later on. Somebody turned into a mailbox. It's like a parking garage or car ramp. There's a castle and an oven. Looks like they use paper plates, or plastic plates for a burner.
So memory and matching games aid in a child's cognitive development, which is how a child problem solves and learns new information. Here are some examples of memory and matching games. This is a bingo game that I made out of stickers, and they're all vehicles. And what I did was I just made a copy of it, and you can use the extra pictures to find where they go. So here's the motorcycle. It's a good way to work on matching, sounds associated with the pictures, and words as you're playing. Here's another type of a matching game, and this is a cupcake tin. And I just had some colorful ducks, and you can work on matching colors. Here's the blue duck, here's the green duck, and the pink duck. Here's another type of a game. This is a counting bugs game, and this is a fun game because you can work on using your fingers and finding bugs, and you can work on counting. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's another kind of an example of ways to make homemade games that your child can enjoy. One other type of this is a memory game that you probably recognize, but one thing I wanted to share about this game is that it probably has maybe 40 different matches in it. An easier way to play a matching game is to take some of them out and just work on a couple at a time so that it doesn't seem too overwhelming for your child. You can match the fish, or you can match the elephants. So just one thing to remember, you don't have to do all of the picture cards. Just take out some and just use a few. One more thing, here is a type of a game that's just a picture, and you can assemble the magnet pieces to match the picture here. So this is a way to work on body parts, and it's a fun way to use their fine motor skills to work on sticking things like magnets.
So playing games encourages your child to practice social skills that they will need to learn to play well with others. Nearly all games involve communicating, taking turns, and sharing. Children also learn to listen and follow directions while playing games.
Playing following the leader is a fun way to connect with children while teaching them a valuable lesson. Toddlers love to imitate adults. One player is the leader and begins moving around with actions that the rest of the players mimic. It's a simple game of listening and following directions. Here's an acting out animal sounds game made from animal stickers. So I just put a sticker on a piece of paper and laminated it, and you can act out the animal. Here's a cat, so meow. Here's a dog, and here's a frog. You can also use some different toys as examples for your child to imitate and act out. So here's just a clear bin, and I just put in some toys that I had. So here's a lion. So if you pick this, your child has to act like a lion. If you pick this one, you have to act like a turtle and walk really slowly. Oh, here's a motorcycle. Can your child pretend to go like a motorcycle? So a scavenger hunt is another fun game that allows children to practice problem solving. They can be done just about anywhere. It helps to get children moving and looking around for a requested item. So here's some examples of scavenger hunts. So my kids enjoyed going to the grocery store and looking for certain things. We would look for bananas, or pancake mix, oranges, apples, and they would use this and they would check off the items as they found it. Here's another example, and you can make up your own. This is just something that I found. This is signs of spring chart. So your child can look around outside, and if they see grass, they can put a check mark here. Or if they see a caterpillar, they can put a check mark here. So those are just some examples of scavenger hunts.
So another fun game to play with your child is an I Spy game. So I Spy games you can play anywhere. We also have a goldfish game. So that teaches them about finding the match, turn taking, and listening.
Board games. We all love board games, and we've played them as a child, and most of them are still around. Games are a great way for parents and children to interact, listen, and talk to each other. They also encourage thinking. There's so many lessons to be learned while playing games, and here are just a couple of the examples of some of our favorites. So here's one that I love. It's called Barnyard Bingo, and this is fun because it gives them something to do, it makes noises, and you get to match. Oh, there's a sheep. So I'm going to match it with the sheep on the sheep board. So it's just a fun way to encourage animals, animal sounds, and matching. Candyland is another favorite. They learn valuable lessons like turn-taking, sharing, and matching colors. This is another game. It's kind of noisy. It's called Lucky Ducks. So they can take turns and match the triangle to the part of the triangle around the pond. Oh, here's a star. Headbands. If you've heard of this, this is a really fun game. This is a good game for all ages, actually. So you wear the headband, but you can kind of take it and use the cards, and you don't have to, wear the band around your head. You can take a card and act like a lion. You can take a card and pretend that you're a car. So using games that you have and just toning them down and trying to make them work for your child, or other ways. Checkers, here's another example down on the floor of a fun game to play with your child.
Okay, so when it's time to clean up, you can play a cleanup game. By turning a chore into a game, it can become fun and an important part of your child's daily routine. You can use a plastic container with pictures on the outside to show kids what goes inside. This is a helpful way of organizing the toys and helps when it is time to clean up. So you can sing the cleanup song, or you can play upbeat music during cleanup time. So thank you for joining us today. Bye.